I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? I guess I got to say that differently now, everybody, now that quickly is gone. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started expeditiously, right? Is that better? Is that better? All right. So I got something going on, man. I got some kind of strange thing going on, man. My eyes are, I got like light is hurting my eyes. So I'm looking down away from the light, yo. So y'all pardon me, man. It's probably a New Year's hangover. So salute to the original DSJ in the building. Salute to T. Williams. Salute to everybody watching. Salute to everyone watching across the world. Salute to all our people in Portugal, DR, Scotland, the Philippines, Canada, all the places that hit me up. All did I mention the Philippines? Yeah, all the people from everywhere that hit me up from around the world. Brazil. So shout out to all the people that hit me up from around the world, letting us know how much they enjoy Lawrence Tears, the Knicks Morning Drive, and the Knicks at Night podcast. So salute to all of y'all. I really have to talk about this RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, OG Anunoby trade, right? I really have to talk to you guys about it. Alfonso Scott is in the building. Dripmore is in the building. JJ is in the building. I gotta talk to you guys. No lie. Yo, Fritz Alcindor is in the building. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. So I'm going to take my time. I have an abundance of thoughts about the RJ Barrett trade. Or should I call it, I'll call it the OG Anunoby trade. And in the abundance of thoughts, what I first want to express to everyone is this. I am not a fake journalist, right? I'm not a fake journalist, right? I'm going to give props to the people that actually do this for a living. Like, shout out to the Dexter Henrys of the world that actually do that, right? So shout out to the Dexter Henrys, the Alan Hahns, and people that actually do that for a living. I want you guys to know and have it be unmistakably etched, and you're thinking about who I am, Uncle Freezy. I am a fan, right? I'm not a journalism major. I'm a business major, right? I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalism major. I'm a business major, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and talk about topics as if I am vested in journalistic integrity. I'm not. I'm a fan, and most of you guys and gals are also. So when you hear me speak about stuff, it is coming from. When you hear me speak, understand that I am coming from a place of fandom. I don't care anything about you know, the craft of journalism. I'm not going to sit here and try to dispense information as if I have sources and I source certain stuff and all of that. I don't want to do that. That's not fun for me. That's not who I am. Right? And I know on YouTube is full of fake ass journalists that want to break news and all that stuff. That's not me, man. That's not my bag. And I hope you guys respect that, just like I respect you guys' opinion. Right? That's not me. I'm a fan. I'm a fan first. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. And I understand you guys ask me to analyze stuff. Right? I'll do that. I'll look at stuff and I'll break stuff down. Right? And I'll drill down on stuff. But remember, before any of that, I'm a fan first. Right? So with that said, I have mixed emotions about the OG Anunoby trade. And before you jump to a conclusion, hear me out, right? Hear me out completely on this. The reason why I have mixed emotions on this OG Anunoby trade, it's not because I dislike OG Anunoby. I love what the thought of what OG Anunoby can bring to this team and the future. What he can bring down the road, right? I love the idea of that. I love the thought of that because I love basketball theory. I'm a basketball purist, right? I love the idea of a traditional small forward being on the Knicks roster. I love the idea of that, right? I don't dislike or let me rephrase that because don't and diss you can't say. I like Precious Achua. He will drive us crazy, but it is what it is with Precious Achua. You know you're getting an energy bag. I like Malachi Flynn. I joke with people behind the scenes that Malachi Flynn is my illegitimate son. I like Malachi Flynn, right? But what this comes down to is not what I like and what I love. It's about dearly departed, right? And see, this is the emotional part of being a fan, right? The emotional part of being a fan, right? So I probably over the years I've probably seen RJ Barrett play in person in his 5+ years or so, easily 50 times, easily 50 times. Easily. Emmanuel quickly, probably close to that number as well. And so when you hear me make these statements, remember that I'm speaking to you as a fan. I'm not a journalist. I'm not Bill Pito. Respect to Bill Pito. Respect to Alan Hahn. Respect to Dexter Henry. Um, um, in respect to Ian Begley and all those guys that do this for a living. I'm not them, and I listen. I appreciate them. I appreciate the fact that they do great jobs doing the job that they do. What I've noticed though is that there's an outbreak of fake Ian Begleys, right? People that go to YouTube, create an account, click the button, and they come on and speak to you, my people. They speak to you as if they graduated from Northwestern's School of Journalism. They have not. They have not. I think they see that there's a possibility to make money on YouTube acting, pretending to be a Dexter Henry or a Bill Pito or an Alan Hahn. And what I'm going to say to you guys is listen, I respect those guys for what they do. I respect their resume, the hard work they put in, and all of that. What I'm saying to you as a fan is don't lump me in. I'm asking this as a favor. Don't lump me in. Don't lump Lawrence Tears, the channel, in as a channel of people that analyze stuff. And when you hear their analysis, all they do is parakeet what they've heard from other people that are parakeeting stuff that they heard from other people that they heard parakeeting stuff. Jay, what's good? Jay Blanco in the building. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Mosley up in here. What's good? Shotgun is in the building. The reason why I had Jerry Fitz is in here. What's good, Jerry Fitz? What I'm gonna say to y'all is the two things I'm confident in doing when I turn this mic on. I know basketball, so you're not gonna fool me with basketball, right? I know basketball. I know it inside and out. I can teach it. I know it. I played it. So you're not just gonna come and cloud me up with stuff. Hey, Parrish, in 2024, if you come in with that foolishness, I'm gonna ban you from the channel. I'm just letting you know that off rip. I thought about that all December. That's the warning shot. Because we're gonna grow this channel, and we're not gonna have people coming in acting like asses just for the sake of being asses. You can come in and you can be with us, or you can go somewhere else. That's the warning. And you're only getting one. I've been thinking about that for a long time. Like, do you let people be who they are, or do you let people muddy the waters in here and enjoy it for everybody else? No, we're not gonna allow people to muddy the waters for everybody else having a good time. That's out. Salute to Paris, though. That's my guy. Anybody seen Keith Turner? Anybody seen Keith Turner? Somebody tell Keith Turner we live. So here's the thing: as a fan thing, as a fan channel, right? I want to make sure everybody understands that everybody that comes here and states their opinion may or may not be an expert, right? They may or may not be an expert, but having a place to come and share, by all means, right? But what I noticed over a few months or so, like, people want to come in and then be the wet blanket on stuff. We're not gonna allow that no more. It's 2024, man. We gotta turn over a new leaf and get back to, the way we were. But I want to establish this thing though. Man, I'm not a journalist. I'm a fan. Yo, Keith Turner's in the building and Eddie F. Eddie F and Keith Turner in the spot at the same time. Okay. Okay. Keith Turner, somewhere probably breaking up a galactic civil war, saving the world. Keith Turner, my guy. So my thing on the OG Anunoby trade is this. I love the fact that the Knicks actually pulled off a trade, right, of significance, right? I'm not going to judge them on, Hinton Murphy in the building. I'm not going to judge them on the front office on anything. The fact that they actually did something makes me realize that they were actually working on something. So I'm excited about that as a fan. And again, if you want expert journalism and breakdowns and all that stuff, this channel may not be for you. This is a fans channel, and I want the fans to come in and have a place where they can enjoy themselves. I've been thinking about that for quite some time. I let a lot of stuff go, trying to figure out what the boundaries are and all of that stuff. So, Quiet Money is in the building. Quiet Money, what's good, man? Brooklyn is in the building. So, am I excited about getting OG Anunoby, Malachi Flynn, and Precious Achiuwa? Absolutely. I would have loved to have squeezed Jalen McDaniels into the trade also. I would love to have gotten him on a 6'9" athletic wing player to come off the bench and give you energy. I would love to have seen that also. D Nice in the building. Yo, the Hollywood legend Bobby Santiago is in the building. Good mornings. Good mornings. Good mornings. Jay Boogie is in the building. I guess this means we're not going to see Jay Boogie today, man. Jay Boogie says, good morning, blessings, health, happiness. Shout out to the chat. And Freezy Show, it's a fact. We won the first NBA game in 2024. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's from my brother, Jay Boogie. What's good? I'm here to tell you, I think the OG Anunoby trade just popped the cork on a bottle of champagne for us, so to speak. I think the OG Anunoby trade is the beginning of something. And I don't know what exactly, right? Real King is in the building. I don't know what the ceiling is on a team that has OG Anunoby. And the reason why I don't know is because in the one game I saw, because I thought one thing if we ever got OG Anunoby. And then I saw Jalen Brunson with 14 assists with OG Anunoby. And it's such a tiny sample size. It's such a tiny sample size that you can't make any opinion one way or the other. All you can do is basically take in what you saw. All you can do is take in what you saw. You saw Jalen Brunson go from a deadly three-point shooter, scorer, weapon offensively to damn near Steve Nash the other night. That's what we saw. That's what we saw. Now, did Jalen Brunson take a lot of shots? Jalen Brunson started. That's where the box score can be tricky. That's why I tell you guys not to fall in love with the box score. Jalen Brunson took a lot of shots because a lot of guys were already missing. Right? If those guys were making shots off of Brunson passes, then Jalen Brunson may have had 20, 21 assists the other day. So Jalen Brunson got shots up because the team needed scoring, because other guys didn't necessarily step up, and not blaming the other guys. Minnesota, you got to give Minnesota's defense some credit. So you got to give them, Dela Cruz is in the building. Okay. And so the other day, I asked you guys, can we get, is it a Hannah Montana thing? Right? Could it be Miley Cyrus or could it be Hannah Montana? Right? The Jalen Brunson thing, are we getting the transformation into a big time facilitating, playmaking guard, Jalen Brunson from we hadn't seen that version? Or is that one game that called for that and Jalen Brunson is still going to be Hannah Montana, right? So is it going to be Jalen Brunson, the scoring machine, or is Jalen Brunson looking to be more of a facilitator now that he has a more consistent scorer at the three in OG Anunoby? And in a one-game sample size, we can't judge one way or the other, but there are multiple things that we saw that drives the conversation. Right? First of all, we saw a small forward dunk in a half-court set. And not only did we see a small forward dunk in a half-court set, we saw him do it multiple times with ease. We saw a small forward dunk in the half-court. Worldwide L, what's good, my brother? Audi 100 in the building. So my thing is, Dunris is in the building. Salute, sir. What we saw is both an anomaly and a wake-up call at the same time. Right? It's an anomaly and a wake-up call at the same time. Right? Because you don't accidentally get 3 dunks and a half-court defense that features Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards. Defensively, Anthony Edwards is a top 3 defender in the NBA, or top 4, one of them. I guess it depends on the games that are played and all of that stuff. But if we're Anthony Edwards is a top 10 defender, right? And a defense that features Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and Jaden McDaniels, and Mike Conley, all with defensive reputations. And before this, I think Minnesota had the number 1 defense. I'm not for sure where it is right now. But this can't just be a blip on the radar. Jalen Brunson against the top-ranked defense, or one of the top-ranked defenses in the NBA. Gets you 14 assists. OG Anunoby gets you 3 dunks in the half court. All of a sudden, there are driving lanes on the floor for Julius Randle to put up 30 points, whatever Randle scored, whatever Randle did. All of a sudden, Julius Randle has room to operate. All of a sudden, Quentin Grimes has confidence. So what I will say is, while this is just one game and we should not jump out of a window, right? I will say at the same time, it's a wake-up call. So it's a small sample size and a wake-up call at the same time. So even if it's a small sample size, it's a look into what could be if everything goes right. Right? Again, I'm saying this. I'm analyzing basketball, y'all, as a fan. I'm not a journalist, right? So I'm not going to come up here and pretend to be something I'm not. I'm talking about basketball with you guys. I'm talking about the things that I'm connecting the dots with all the things that we saw. We saw a lot of things, y'all. We saw a lot of things. We saw a lot of things Monday, right? Now, will these things occur every game? Probably not. But if it happened once, then it could happen again, right? And when I say that, am I saying that this is the new normal? We don't know yet what the new normal is, because, again, it's one game against a top-ranked defense, right? Yo, oh, my bad. Bully, what's good? Bully, what's good, bro? I see you. I see Bully out there. Bully says salute, 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 salute. Yo, shout out to Bully, my main man, Bully. For those that don't know, Bully is my half brother from Brooklyn. And if this is your first time watching the Knicks Morning Drive, man, please consider subscribing to the channel. Definitely hit that like button. Because anytime you got J Boogie in the chat, I know you're going to like it. If y'all like J Boogie, man, hit that like button. J Boogie says, board up the building tonight. Do not let DeRozan and Caruso leave tonight. Package Grimes 28, 2 first-round picks with 6 first-round picks left. Okay, I got you. CWC is in the building. AB in the building. AB, what's good? we gonna get to that, right? We're gonna get to that, but I'm gonna get to what I feel like are needs and stuff. But what I want to talk to you first is about what you saw first, right? Because just saying you need shoes, right? Like you use this example, just because you need shoes don't mean you need high heel pumps, right? Just because you need shoes don't mean you need Stacey Adams, right? Just because you need shoes don't mean you need flip-flops, right? So and basically what I'm getting at is we need backcourt depth, but in this conversation specifically, I want to speak to the type of backcourt player that we need, right? Because just because we need a backup point guard doesn't mean we should just go out and get any backcourt point guard. We got to chop it up. We got to talk about this thing. We got to break this thing down. We have to do look at value here. Right? We got to look at value, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. We need Yeah. CWC is in the building. CWC says, bring me Spider ASAP. Mitchell Robinson and Grimes, bye-bye. Okay. That's that man opinion. Soulfinger's in the building. Soulfinger says, salute. And peace to everybody. Salute to the chat and everybody. Yeah, man. Yo, Craig, what's good, man? Yeah, man. Let's speak about what we saw. Right? So in the tiniest of all sample sizes, in the tiniest of sample sizes, right? Let's speak about what we saw. For one thing, I want to speak to what I feel like was ball movement. I want to speak to what I felt like was not ball movement, but sharing the basketball. So I want to speak to how I feel the Knicks actually shared the basketball. What is that? Okay. All right. James Harris is in the building. Let's talk about sharing the basketball. I think there was a effort to share the basketball. Still Knicks fans is in the building. Shout out to still Knicks fans. Big buddy. I think there was a concerted effort to share the basketball, to open up the offense. Everybody touch it, right? When I look at the box score doesn't necessarily say that. But I felt like when I was watching it, I think there was a lot of sharing. And so in this game, we took 89 shots against this team. E. Gibson in the building. I think there was. I felt as if there was a lot of sharing. I felt as if there was a lot of sharing. Hold on, everybody. Hey, you got something for me? Thank you. Okay. You need this? Okay. All right, they can hear us. Hey, everybody. Y'all ear hustling on me and Miss Mocha? Miss Mocha brought some coffee, everybody. So I felt like there was a lot of sharing of the basketball, and it's a good thing. It was a good thing, in my opinion, to see that there was a vibe of sharing the basketball. Well, but what makes but where I'm confused at, oh boy, the like button is in the building. The like button is in the building. Salute to the like button. The like button says, salute Freezy. How do we get Josh Hart to stop passing on wide open shots? The like button asks the question, everybody. Salute to the YouTube celebrity Ajay. Ajay, what's good? They nicknamed him the like button for some reason. And I'm just going along with it. So salute to the like button. I'm just going, listen, I'm not a party pooper. I'm not I'm here for the fun also. The like button says, how do you get Josh Hart to stop passing wide open shots? It's simple, bro. He is not a scorer. He's gonna do that. You gotta live with it. You just gotta live with it. He's not a scorer. If we can, I want to break down some things that we saw. The Knicks passed the ball a lot, and I think that led to a lot of missed shots. And I know that sounds counterproductive, right? Like how does overpassing lead to missed shots? It's a chemistry issue. If I'm going to say this, I think that this game is clearly a game that Jalen Brunson could have went for 20 and 20. OG Anunoby probably could have went for 20 and 7 in this game. But you know what OG Anunoby did on his first night as a Knick? He fouled out of the game. And on the surface, we're saying, man, keep your hands to yourself. No, he didn't do that being lazy and handsy. He did it with energy. It's amazing what a 6'7" energetic athlete looks like, showing energy at the point of attack and at the rim and every inch of basketball court in between. The point of attack and at the rim and every ounce, every inch of basketball court in between. That's amazing. That is amazing. In my view, the Knicks do need to make a trade, but I feel as if we need to relax and figure out what we need first versus what we felt like the need was before we traded for OG Anunoby, and there is a difference. For instance, and I know he may not be the answer, but what I'm going to speak to is something simple. How are we assuming we need a backup point guard and you hadn't even seen Malachi Flynn play with the Knicks yet? Would I be surprised if Malachi Flynn is situational? No. Would I be surprised if they give Deuce McBride an extended shot at the backup point guard before they make a trade? No. Would I be surprised if Malachi Flynn beats out Deuce McBride as the backup point guard? Again, no. No, I'm saying no to all these things, right? What I'm saying is we don't know what we need yet because we hadn't played enough games to understand what a team of Randall, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hartenstein is going to look like in the short term and the long term. We don't know. We don't know. So am I saying don't upgrade the roster? Of course I'm not saying that. But what am I saying before you go buy fast food, see what's in your cabinet? That's what I'm saying. In my mind, we're talking about practicality. If we're talking about being practical, okay. See what you have on your roster first and then make the move. And I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. And I'm prefacing something, y'all. So listen to what I say after the preface. I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way to RJ and Quickly, but what if RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly's game negatively impacted Grimes and Deuce McBride? What if Grimes couldn't be himself playing with Quickly and RJ Barrett? Now that they're gone, shouldn't you take an extended look at Quentin Grimes before you officially make him situational? I say yes. Yes. You should. In this moment, while you're canvassing the landscape for whoever else is going to be the player that fills the gap, see what you have in Grimes and Deuce McBride and Malachi Flynn, right? Before you make them absolutely situational. With that said, right? With that said, right? With that said, in my opinion, don't do a marginal move because in the moment, you know how you mess around during you mess around and you go shopping for something, and then you get in that shopping mentality, and you know what I'm saying, you just want to buy say a dinner set for the missus. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like the wine glasses without the stems on it, right? And hey, Miss Mocha, how do you? What's that board that you be putting cheese and meat on? Huh? You, y'all know how y'all go out and buy the charcuterie boards, the stuff that you said charcuterie. You laughed. You laughed. What did you say? Okay. Charcuterie board, I guess is what it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. The fancy platter that they be putting, that they put hors d'oeuvres and stuff on. Man, yeah. That. Say you go out and look for that, and like the glasses with the that don't have the stem on them, the wine glasses, you know what I'm talking about? East Blue Juice said cheese platter. Okay. All right, let's go with that. Okay. Let's go with that. But say you look for that, right? And then you're in such a mood, right? You're in such a mood of spending. Now you got a Craftsman tube, 4-foot high Craftsman toolbox. You done bought from Sears. It's going to get delivered on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And you know, now you done got all kind of stuff. South Brooklyn in the building. Yeah. This. That sound right. Yep, that's it. Right. But say you go shopping for that, right? And you get it, but you still in that mood, and then you start buying stuff that you don't even need now. Like, what do you need with a 4-foot tall Craftsman toolbox? What do you need with that now? Right? What do you need with a 70-inch TV when you have a 68-inch TV in the living room? Right? And so what I'm getting at, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the word or whatever. I hope y'all understand where I'm going with it. It's the example, not necessarily the thing, right? If you're the Knicks, right? You traded for OG Anunoby, right? You traded for OG Anunoby, but now do you really need a D'Angelo Russell now? Right? And D'Angelo Russell is a fine player now. I'm not saying that he's not a fine player, right? But do you need another 6'5" scorer? I'm just asking, just in general, like, you know, do you just, so what I'm saying is, now that you have OG Anunoby, don't just start swiping the card just because the card can be swiped, right? Take your time, right? There is, in my mind, even though I like Ish Smith, there's no difference between Ish Smith and Deuce McBride at this point. You don't have to trade. You don't have to trade for Ish Smith, even though I like him and Clyde Frazier likes him. But that's the part of shopping that gets you in trouble. Buying stuff that you like instead of buying stuff that you need. And the Knicks need, based on what you said, based on what you guys are saying before the OG Anunoby trade, the Knicks need backcourt depth. Right? So instead of us just swiping the cards, just making a trade, yo, the Knicks are in this trade rumor, the Knicks are in that trade rumor. Yeah, you got a major piece in OG Anunoby, right? You got a major piece in OG Anunoby, right? Relax, put the card back in your wallet, right? Go home, think about what it is that you need, and if you need it, then go back out and get it. But don't be Jerry Fitz. The term I was looking for the whole time, Jerry Fitz, is impulse shopping. Don't be an impulse shopper. You already have OG Anunoby, and I'm sorry, y'all. It took 10 minutes for me to come up with the phrase, right? But you already have OG Anunoby, right? You already have Precious Achua. You don't know what Malachi Flynn is, right? So instead of being an impulse buyer, let's see what we have for a few games. Let's do a test drive. Maybe play out this week. You know what? How about we restrain ourselves until January 15th? How about we restrain ourselves until January 15th? Is that too much to ask, Knicks fans? Knicks fans, that's 12 days and some change, the 15th. 12 days and some change. Can we restrain ourselves for 12 days and some change? Or, and here's the flip side to that, or have the Knicks been too patient, and this moment right here is the moment that they've been waiting on. Have the Knicks been waiting on this moment right here for a year and a half, 2 years? And now they are taking charge of the moment? Y'all let me know. Has this front office traditionally been too patient, and now they are taking advantage of this moment, whatever this moment is? All right, so I'm gonna put the link in the chat. There are certain intros that I can't play because YouTube is weird. So if I don't play your intro, it's nothing personal. It's that YouTube is weird, right? This channel is not demonetized, but they are really strict on me every opportunity they get. And I think it's just me, right? I think they're picking on me. Right? I think it's just us. But I'm not going to get into that, right? So if you come on, and the other thing too, if you don't have anything to say, just say in the chat. Like if you can't contribute to the conversation, just respectfully, just stay in the chat, man. And you know what I'm saying? And just be that. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nobody tripping. So if you're the Knicks, if is Leon Rose, I want to try to figure this out. If you're Leon Rose, is this the time on the calendar that you've been waiting on? Is this the time that you've been waiting on?
Good morning. Good morning.
You got some. Ooh, you got an extra live mic this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just turned it up. Let me turn it down a little bit. Good morning. How you doing? I just got like a few minutes. I wanted to chime in real quick. And
Okay.
I gotta say, after we last spoke, I kind of took a step back and realized something after one game, and I just want to see how he looks. But as far as Brunson's game with him in the assist or him as a scorer, to be honest with you, I got to see him as a scorer with OG. Reason why I say that is I got to see if they work together and like, is it going to be where OG's missing his shots and then Brunson is forced to step up, or are they feeding off of each other to where it's effective? Now, if I see that, I don't know what to tell you because Brunson's game is, as we saw before, is very effective as a scorer. But then for the first time, we see him do 14 with us. So I'm just saying, like, for me, the variation, I just need to see him scoring with Brunson before I make any assessment. But I've also learned to sit back and not be offended or angry at the organization or anybody because at the end of the day, OG showed better effort defensively in my eyes than I have seen RJ play. He may have gotten fouled out of the game, but I think like 4 or 5 of those fouls was literally like tactical. Like he had to do a certain type of way to where he took an advantage by slowing down the game and letting us get back into it. So I'm not really even mad about OG. I just want to see more consistency of him with this team. Now that's it. Like I said, quick.
Okay. I, I honestly don't know what you mean.
What I'm saying is this. I've seen a game, the first game that Brunson and OG were together, right?
Right. The one time they played together.
The one time they played together, exactly.
Right. Right.
Brunson got 14 assists, which was like, whoa, where's this coming from? And they missed majority of their shots, which probably would have been, let's say, honestly, he probably could have got probably 17, maybe 18 assists. I'm not gonna say he could have got 20 and be reaching, but no, he could have got an extra few assists to where it started to make people realize. Now this next game, if he come out scoring, oh, we got a whole different type of beast we talking about in Brunson. Because if he's able to come out this next game and actually play like an offensive threat with OG, then the league is going to be put on notice right now by what I was saying. Actually, by what you said earlier about Brunson is a superstar. That's going to come out. If he comes out tonight and gives you like 35 efficiency and maybe gives you like 7 assists at least, but you see the effort still there of him still trying to pass and him actually can be a scorer, then I'm gonna have to say from early in the season when you said you thought Brunson isn't an all-star, he's a superstar or a megastar, I'd have to say, you know what? You're right. Because in those 2 games alone, this is the first time you're playing with someone you're playing that well. That signs this show later down the road is gonna be much better.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because think about it. Your boy Brunson, he could pass, he could score. Like nobody gonna know what to do because you're gonna actually basically have a new age Tyrese Halliburton and Brunson, but he's just a better scorer to where he's gonna give you 25 plus if you were to do that type of a mix up, and it'd be insane. It'll be something that the Knicks fans haven't seen in a long time, and for me, it'll be perfect because if Brunson does it, he plays for this team. Hey, 55 wins.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Okay.
I was reaching. I was reaching.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So where you going with it though? Quiet because I wanted to see where you was going with it
Oh no,
with
what
the
I'm saying
analysis.
is after. No, I'm just gonna
Like
be
like what?
patient. And
I understand your point. I'm saying what does it all mean?
what does it all mean? It means
Yeah.
that sometimes when you think that something's good for the organization, and then you sit back and actually look at what it is, the
No,
whole
no,
trade.
I ain't talking about hypothetical. I'm saying what
No,
I'm what I'm asking you is I understand your point. I'm good at it with the context and all that stuff. What I'm trying to glean from what you said is whether or not OG is going to impact this one way or the other. or is Brunson going to dictate OG's impact? Because I heard what you said. It's crystal clear. I get everything that you said. What I don't what the dots aren't connecting for me is, are you saying OG Anunoby's play is going to dictate how Jalen Brunson plays, or is Jalen Brunson's play going to dictate what OG Anunoby gives us on a nightly basis?
Okay, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
No,
is
that's what I'm asking.
okay, but
I
that's
didn't
not
say
what I'm
that. I
saying.
didn't say
Okay,
that.
that's what
That's
you're
what you
asking.
said.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm going to say to the first part is you said, is OG's game gonna affect Brunson, right? I don't think so. I think it's gonna just help you. They're gonna help each other out. It's not gonna affect it negatively.
Right,
And that's
but that's not the context I got, because what you mentioned is, you mentioned that Jalen Brunson got 14 assists on OG Anunoby's arrival. That's what you mentioned in the first part that you were saying, and I said that also, right? So clearly, OG Anunoby, either OG and listen, it can't be Minnesota, right? Because the Knicks played Minnesota earlier in the year, and Jalen Brunson didn't have 14 assists.
facts. I agree. But what I'm saying is I think that the game that OG's playing is gonna help Brunson to where he goes to that next level. So it's like the way that he was able to play game one that well shows that they clicked really well. Because most times when a person comes in the team and
So
they
OG
play,
Anunoby is impacting
yeah,
Jalen Brunson's game, is what you're
okay,
saying.
yeah,
So why
it
you just
impacts it
so
in a
yeah, you ain't
positive.
have
I
to
see
dodge
what you're saying.
you ain't have to dodge the question. I was just asking it to be direct so we can get a direct answer. That's all.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I understand. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Because I listened to what you said, and what I was failing to get is how this impacts the Knicks one way or the other, in a sense of, is OG Anunoby's arrival going to turn Jalen Brunson into a different type player because that's what the roster needs? Or is Jalen Brunson going to use OG Anunoby as his new weapon?
I think that I think he's gonna use OG as his new weapon, and then Randall's gonna feed off of that as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be that because the defense was there, the scoring, the aggressiveness was there. Everything we asked from RJ, basically, he showed us in one game. And I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, this is a guy we've been dying for the last 5." No, I'm not saying all of that. I'm saying he's shown me, "Hey, I can do this." All right, I think that Brunson's gonna have him as a key weapon. I think he's gonna pick up the role, like I was saying, where we're supposed to have a 3-man squad with IQ, Grimes, RJ, and then we're supposed to have Brunson, the number one, and then number three with Randall. I think OG's gonna cover that second spot real well, the way Brunson's gonna use him.
Hey, King Ribby is backstage. I'm going to play King Ribby's intro because it's a original King Ribby intro. And then I'm going to talk to King Ribby after this about seeing if we can get him to create an intro for y'all so YouTube won't be kicking my back in.
OG on the beat.
Yup.
Yo, what's good,
Good,
boss?
Freezy.
Salute, sir. Good
I'm
morning.
chilling,
What's
man.
good, Bob?
I'm good. How you doing?
Chilling. Salute to the chat. Panel.
I'm trying to get
How y'all?
Cowboy Bob to stand by his point. He had a good point, man. I think he backed away from it a little bit.
Wait. What?
It's just
Okay. Explain to me what you
it's
thought was my good point, so I
I
could
just
see if I.
I already explained it. I already said it.
That no, I just think it's the weapon part. If that's what you explained, then yes, I think Brunson would use OG as a weapon to where his game, both their games develop. Yes.
Okay. Okay. because based on what he said, right? And just as a refresher, because I don't like speaking for people. Y'all are grown men, and I respect y'all and y'all opinions, right? But just as a refresher to what he said, he alluded to the Knicks looked different and required a different thing against Minnesota from Jalen Brunson, and that thing led to Jalen Brunson with 14 certain assists, and which could have been in his mind 17 or 18 assists. And OG Anunoby's energy on the floor helped us defensively, right?
I got you.
Yes.
Right. Hey, Mets, what's good, man? I can't play your intro, man, because YouTube is tripping. I got a thing where I was sharing, and they took all the money from that the episode made and gave
Mhm.
it to the artist of that song for some reason, right?
Oh
And
wow.
the thing about it is when I grabbed your intro music, it said
Mhm.
it cost 0.00, right?
Weird.
Yeah, it's strange. So I didn't play the intro, man. But we're gonna work on that. We're gonna tighten up that stuff. I just got to figure this YouTube thing out first. Once we figure it out, then we'll be
Okay.
back to certain intros and all that stuff.
All
But
right.
based on but as the refresher, um, Cowboy Bob stated that our Knicks offense looked different with Jalen Brunson because that game required Jalen Brunson to do a different thing, and he excelled at it, getting 14 assists, and which probably could have been 17 or 18 assists. Seeing that in that game that we won, the Knicks still missed 50 shots. Right, the Knicks still missed 50 shots in that game. Right, but the thing about
Most of
it
them.
is OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson both offered new things that we hadn't seen from the Knicks. One, because OG Anunoby is new to the roster, and two, Jalen Brunson played a different style of point guard against Minnesota. And so
Well,
I was asking Cowboy Bob, is it Jalen Brunson using his new toy, so to speak? No disrespect to OG Anunoby because he's a grown man, but is he using his new weapon in a way that helps the Knicks, or is the addition of OG Anunoby helping Jalen Brunson become a more diversified playmaker?
mm, maybe it's a bit of both. I don't know. I mean, the fact that he was shooting so poorly on New Year's Day against Minnesota did show that, yeah, Jalen had to change it up. I mean, 5 out of 20, what, 3 he shot?
Yeah, it wasn't just that though, because he didn't come out of the thing is even though Jalen Brunson missed a ton of shots, but the other guys were not shooting the basketball, and when he saw them not shooting the basketball, then he turned it up and was super duper duper assertive. Because I think what it was is with the new piece, everybody was being, you know how you go to a new place and then there's like an orientation period, people getting to
Yep.
know each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I felt like it was that going on. So Brunson was being super aggressive in order to speed up the honeymoon period, so to speak.
I see. Too bad that we also saw one of OG's bigger weaknesses. He's foul happy. When push comes to shove, I don't know if this kid can keep himself out of foul trouble more often than not. I mean,
Too,
we
you have
usually
to
get
sit
on
him
our
down.
cases of our big men for getting into a lot of foul trouble, whether it's Mitch, whether it's Sims, whether it's Heart. But the point is, OG's got to learn discipline and restraint when he gets into those situations. Am I right, Freezy?
I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. And this is Mets, and this is why. So OG Anunoby traditionally has been the docile guy that's not really foul happy because he's so athletic that he doesn't have to do for instance, Superman doesn't have to buy a plane ticket, right? Yeah,
Right.
y'all get the analogy. Y'all get where I'm going with it.
And not even
Like,
just Batman, but then again, he could do it anyway because he's got so much damn green in his pocket.
yeah, yeah. And so the thing I'm saying about OG is OG Anunoby is basically for his career is a guy that's going to foul about 2 times a game, right? But the thing about it is the last 2 fouls of that game, the last 2 fouls, the foul number 5, I couldn't believe it. I
Yep.
could not believe. And foul number 4 and it's either foul number 4 and foul number 5 or foul number 5 and foul number 6. I was like, I can't even believe they even blew the whistle on that, right? But to your point, I'll meet you halfway on it. I think it may have been some of that nervous energy. You're in a new place, trying to show your new teammates that you're willing to do whatever to be a part of the team. So some of that may have come into play, but foul number 5, bro. Even Randall stomped like a little kid, and Randall will stomp like a little kid on anything, Randall related. But when you see Randall acting up for another player, for a teammate, it's egregious.
Hmm.
You know.
I was wondering, Freezy, you're doing the game tonight against Chicago, right?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I can't. I don't want to speak. Why?
I just want to know if I could hop in and tag along on the call.
We'll see. You got to give me some time on that one. So Mex, here's the thing, and I don't know if you know this or if the chat knows this. So I'm in a sales industry, so I can't plan my day out perfectly like others can. Like I can't say I'm going to be here at 9 a.m. and I can't say if I'm going to do, because if I get an appointment,
I understand.
So that's the reason why it sounds as if I don't want to do it. I just can't say with any certainty because it's my livelihood, man. I can't turn down. I can't turn down salary because Zach LaVine is playing against the Knicks. You know what I mean? So there's that part. But at the same time though, at the same time, I think I like where Cowboy Bob was going with his stuff. I think Cowboy Bob just stopped short of putting it all together. Cowboy Bob, am I right or?
No, you're right thus far, man. I'm telling you, you would have made a hell of an editor in the actual newspaper field, bro. I'm telling you, like I'm listening. I'm like,
hang on a sec, Freeze. I'm gonna switch down to my computer.
Right. I'm saying that I agree with your point, right? Like I agree with where you were going. I don't know how you were going to connect the dots, so I didn't want to speak for you.
No, that's exactly where I wanted to go.
Can you send me the link again when I switch out?
Yeah. So
yeah, I was saying I agree. Everything you said is pretty much what I was trying to say. But as far as them two, like I said, I just don't want to jump the gun. That's the only thing. Everything was perfect. It's just I need to see at least 5 games because I think his skill set after 5 games would show us what we need.
Right. Well, so CWC says Zach LaVine is hurt. No, CWC Zach LaVine is back. He was actually assigned to their G League team right at the New Year, so he could play his way back in shape so that he can get ready for this week's games. So I don't know if he'll be back. I don't know if he'll be back for this game, but he's definitely getting over the injury, so to speak.
I thought they were trying to set him out so they could try to trade him.
Nah, he was hurt.
Okay.
He had an impingement at the top of his foot. And if you ever hurt the top of your foot, bro, for those that have never hurt the top of their foot, bro, if you ever hurt the top of your foot, you know what Zach LaVine is going through.
Oh.
Right? You like for instance, you ever been standing and something jumped out at you and you start to take off running and then that thing that happens on the top of your foot? You're like, oh man. That's what happened to him. So yeah.
Well, RJ and quickly getting their debut as Raptors. Let's see.
I watched the game because I generally watch teams on League Pass. Quickly looks like a starting point guard. Everybody, Emmanuel Quickly looks like a legitimate starting point guard in the NBA. I don't know what level yet because it was only one game and it was against a
Yeah.
Cleveland team that had a lot of starters out. Right. So I don't want to say
At least he's getting the minutes that Tibbs never gave him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And so
that's much.
I'm trying to figure out the thing with Jalen Brunson. King Ribby, is this the new Jalen Brunson or
As far
is
as
yeah. Is this hey, let me finish. I got you. I'm gonna set this question up sweet, right? So is this the new Jalen Brunson? Right? Has this Jalen Brunson always been inside of Brunson, but the old rotation forced him to be more of a consistent scorer? Or is this just an anomaly? 14 assists.
all right. To be honest, in his career, have he ever reached 14 assists?
Maybe, I don't know. 14 assists is a lot, but it's not like
And I know, like,
yeah,
for
it's not
Jalen
like
Brunson.
it's not like you hit the Powerball or something. It's not like you hit the lottery for $3 billion. I mean, it's
No, but
it's
as
it's
far
14
as
assists.
yeah, but I'm talking about as far as for Jalen Brunson. Like, if
Yeah.
it was 14 assists from like Halliburton, all right, cool. That's like nobody gonna look at that. But from JB, you get what I'm saying? It's like, wow, like 14 assists, like where that come from?
Right. Let me
So-
okay.
He's never
Let me-
averaged more than
let me
6
pause. Let me
in
pause.
a game.
Let me
Like,
hey, pause right here. Let me do this real quick.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Yo. Hey, fellas.
Yo.
Not to cut anybody off. Wiz,
Yes, sir.
how you get that intro?
Yo. You gotta actually bow down to the chief rocker, the number one chief rocker, and say, "Yo, you're the greatest. You're the number one chief rocker. You're the best."
Yeah.
No. My man hooked me up, man. You know, he talks to me. He knows what I've done. He knows I've done a little.
Yeah, no,
little
Wiz has
shots.
been here. Wiz has been with us like 3 years. Him and Danny Landis been with like just like 3 years, man. Just grinding and all that stuff, man. They been consistent supporting the channel and all that stuff, bro. That's how they,
There we go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Freezer.
they
So
help create content and all that stuff. So But King Ribby, I'm sorry to cut you, but when Wiz wait backstage,
No, 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 no.
you know how he get cranky when he backstage.
Come on, Wiz.
So the question that was on the floor is this Jalen Brunson giving the Knicks what they need from the point guard position in terms of assists, or you feel like this is an outlier type of game? And let me preface, or not even preface, because I already said it, but let me say after the fact that it's not because we played Minnesota, because we played Minnesota before, and Jalen Brunson didn't get 14 assists against Minnesota the first time that we played them.
So, to be honest, I would say you got to see, like, probably I give him like 5 to 10 more games to see if it's more consistent, to see if it's something that he, I guess, evolved on.
Okay. So you're saying you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Wiz, what's good, brother?
Peace and love. Happy New Year. That question is excellent because I think it was always in him, and I think it will be a part of his repertoire from now on because he's been. I think he likes the idea of being able to score, but he does. I think is a true team player, and his heart is facilitating. That's his heart. I think he just happens to also be good at scoring, and it was needed. I think because he could have had 20 assists.
Yeah.
He could have been at 2020.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt that he's very happy to have a cat to dish the ball out to, who's gonna hit that shot when he gets it out to like OG. Okay. And then with his boy Dante, oof. And then Randall, of course, is gonna get his. Now the only challenge with Randall, of course, is that Randall may just take the ball and and wait too long, and then he kind of messes up JB a little bit. But I think this is him. I think to answer your question, I think this is the new Brunson.
Okay. All right. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Yes. Anybody old enough to know where that comes from?
Oh yeah. Dum 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 dum.
Ice, baby.
Ice freezy.
Yeah, man. So Wiz, I'm gonna throw a point out here just really quickly, okay? No pun intended. I gotta stop saying quickly now. I have to start saying expeditiously. All right. So the Julius Randle holding the ball thing appears to have been an RJ Barrett thing.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And here's the thing.
Yo.
Here's the thing with it. I'm not kicking RJ Barrett in the back on the way out the door, but different players have different styles of play. Right? It's one of those things. For instance, if me and Danny Landis were on a team, right? Like say 3 of y'all and me and Danny Landis were on a team, me and Danny both can't play power forward, right? Mm-hmm. If Danny plays power forward, I have to play somewhere else, right? Mm-hmm. But with RJ Barrett on the floor, RJ Barrett still wanted to occupy some of the same places as Julius Randle, as like a miniature version of Julius Randle. Mm. Bim, my God, look what it is. Benjamin Hurst in the building. Salute.
What's up, fellas?
Brooklyn. What's good, bro?
Yeah. Great again. What's going on? How you feeling,
man, I'm good, man. It's good to see you, brother.
How you doing, huh?
Good to see you. What's up, Dan? What's up,
What's up,
Wiz?
D'Angelo?
Yo, my Italian brother from another brother. What's up,
The
son?
Italian
Good to see
stallion.
you.
There you
Yeah.
go. Here comes Mr. Negativity, but whatever.
Happy New Year, sir. No, D'Angelo's happy right now, I think.
I'm happy. I'm happy with that move. I'm happy with that move.
Yes.
It's sad
So-
to see quickly go. He's gonna be good for the Raptors. I think he's gonna do real good. I just jump right into it. I mean, we gotta make another move.
Yeah.
We can't get
Yeah.
stagnant. We gotta make
Fact.
another move.
Yeah, I think one is coming. I'm tiptoeing into that conversation, right? But what I wanted to do is establish what it is we really need versus what I think we need, right?
Right.
Because on the surface, we'll say something along the lines of, man, we need another point guard that can come in and score and facilitate offense and blah, 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 right? But then if you just assume that automatically, you have to take into account things like price. How much are you going to pay for that guy, right? Right. And then you have to take into account what that guy is going to be doing when Jalen Brunson is cooking. Is he gonna be a negative when he doesn't have the ball or when he's on the bench?
Correct.
Right. And if he doesn't have the ball and if he's a negative, then would you really pay a premium price for a guy that you can't use in times that we're not using his primary skills? Right. Are his secondary skills, good enough for us to get value when OG is cooking, when Randall is cooking, when Brunson is cooking, right? Because ultimately, when you go get that guy and you want him to be one of the top 3 Knicks, that means either OG Anunoby or Julius Randle has to take a step back for that guy. And if that's the case, what are you looking to give up for that guy? And does that guy put you over the top if you're asking your established players to take a step back for a new guy? Right. So it's a lot of things to take into account, right? As opposed to just saying, yo, no, go get me a guy. I think you have to take into account how this new player is going to impact what you already have, right? And how much you're going to pay for that guy, right? And is he the future of New York Knicks basketball, or is he a rental? Because if he's just a rental, how much are you willing to pay, and are you willing to disrupt team chemistry that you already don't have because you just got OG Anunoby, Precious Achua, and Malachi Flynn?
Let's not forget DiVincenzo during the offseason.
Yeah, and so ultimately, what I'm saying is I listen, man, I get it. I want the Knicks to go out and get a guy, but I think a seamless fit is going to be more difficult to find than what we think as Knicks fans. So for that reason, I'd like to at least see what OG Anunoby, Precious Achua, and Malachi Flynn gives us in this short window, right? Can we have at least like a week, maybe 10 days?
Yeah, right. Gotta give it some time.
Yeah, because we, in theory, we played the best team in the NBA on Monday, right? In terms of the win-loss column, I mean, I think Boston's the best. You know what I'm saying? But if you're, talking about
by the skin of our teeth,
a win is a win, bro. You got to take them.
I'm just saying. I mean, you don't
blow. Because before that game, we were losing to teams like that.
I'm just saying, you don't blow a lead as big as like 16 and basically allow and let the pressure up on the throat to where they can get within 2. Do like that.
Yeah. I think that's a tiny bit. I think that's a tiny bit short-sighted. For one, that roster, their starting lineup, has 2 guys in it that were the number 1 pick in the draft. Yeah, so when you're looking at talent alone, Karl-Anthony Towns was the number 1 pick in his draft. Anthony Edwards was the number 1 pick in his draft.
Edwards was 2015. What was Cat?
To me, it don't matter. What I'm saying is that team is talented, bro. And their record coming in, they were one of the top 3 teams in the NBA before that game. And if you remember before OG Anunoby suited up, we were blown out by the Indiana Pacers. You know what I'm saying? So, but my point is though, to D'Angelo is so for one, let me D'Angelo. So how's the sales stuff coming, bro? Y'all still great?
Yeah, a little slow.
Yeah, January,
But
December, January, bro. I don't even know, bro. So my business phone. I have my business phone over here by the aquarium, bro. That tell you how slow it is over here.
brushed off the dust off my
Yeah,
my
yeah, right. It's over here by the fish tank, bro. But anyways, I agree with all the. I agree with Metz is saying we got to find a better way to close out games. But with OG Anunoby being new, I think that'll come in time. We have to build some chemistry and all of that stuff first before we get to that point. But
see how he meshes. You got to see how he meshes with everything.
yeah, but because the thing is what if the Knicks say, you know what we need? We need a 6'8" small forward that can close games, right? And then you already have OG Anunoby in here. So what do you do with OG Anunoby then, right? And if you play him and that player, say you play Brandon Ingram and OG Anunoby together, then what do you do with Randall? You sit him?
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of.
I got to be honest with you. I was a little puzzled about the McBride extension though, because he could play defense, but he can't score for nothing.
No,
and he's hardly going to play either.
Yeah.
So what was the point of extending his butt?
I don't get that.
You know, Grimes has got to step up more. You guys got to score more. He's got to score. We need it. I mean, he's going to be the backup to Brunson, McBride. I love his defense, but you know, it's not. You can't have a one-track mind. He's got to fix that offense up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got it in him. So he's not confident as backup point guard when you see him out there. So
yeah, and he's got to be able to create for others also.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You don't talk about my boy, right? You guys don't talk about my boy, right?
we love Deuce. Deuce is a fan of the show. I think that Deuce either saw the show once or something, was watching it during the summer, or he watches I don't know. I don't know because I never spoke to him, but yeah, and so Wiz, if the Knicks go out and get that playmaking guard, you know what that does to Deuce McBride?
Oh, I know.
Right, you know what that does to Malachi Flynn. And so I don't think either are gonna be the absolute answer. I think Deuce needs more time. Right,
I agree.
But the thing about it is, if you go get that guy, that means Deuce is situational.
Yeah,
not gonna
and that's a great question, man, because we do need. I mean, does initially once the move was made, like D'Angelo says, I got another shoe was to drop. There should be one more piece, one more move. But when you brought up the chemistry, the flow of the game, all those factors has to be taken into account, and you can't just stick anybody in there, no matter how good that player is. And of course, the player's name, of course, I'm coming to most right on top of my head because, of course, everyone knows and thinks about him because he wants to be here, he loves us, and he's from here.
Donovan?
When I say here, I'm talking about New York, even though I'm in LA, and you guys woke me up.
Of course. Of course. Get up, bro. I mean, hey, what do? You wake up at the crack of noon? Come on, bro.
No, I was up till 2 a.m., man. So.
Oh, no, I'm joking with you.
So anyway, so of course dropping Donovan in here right now actually could be more harmful than good at this moment. The way this team seems to gel and needs a current ball distribution and mentality and attitude. So I agree with you, Freezer, that right now, I mean, personally, I'm a Donovan fan. I'm a huge Donovan fan. But this very moment right now would be an adjustment for everybody, to a point where it may disrupt enough to cause us to fall back, take a few steps back, and do a little Paul Abdul. You know, I'm talking about Freezer, Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to sing because it's too early in the morning. You guys want to hear my voice in the singing.
Well, let me ask you guys this, and listen, I listen. I understand I have to preface the question, right? I have to warn you guys that this is a loaded question. But what I'd like to do is get your honest opinions, right? I'm not gonna ask what I'm saying, a question, right? Just gonna get straight to it, right? Should the Knicks make a move right now while they're in this trading mode that we rarely see them in? And what guy should they go get? It says Donovan Mitchell.
No. I said that's who I think everyone wants.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let D'Angelo go first because I like to follow him to tell him he's well.
Listen, I want Donovan here. I want Spider here. I want him here. You got all these number one picks. Get him.
Okay.
Go for broke. Let's get him. He's sitting on all the number one picks.
When though? When you're saying right now? Right now?
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he'll stay. He's a Met fan.
There is no tomorrow. Today.
Me too. I'm a
So yeah, that
He'll
would be.
stay.
I would love
He a Mets fan.
Yeah, you got all these number one picks. You can get them now without giving up the. Listen, you're gonna have to give up. Listen, we had to give up to get OG. We had to get him. So we had to get something. And that I believe that's a very good move. The thing is he a rental? Is he gonna stay with the contract? All that stuff. But we can worry about that down the line. But you go get Donovan now, okay? Because you don't know what's going to happen free agency. You don't know. Somebody could just swoop in and he got Miami Heat breathing down on neck. No. So, what do I got to wait for that time? No. You got to go, bro. Let's do it. And you know something with this front office, they're on the chopping block by the end of it. Something's got to happen good for us this year. We better make the playoffs, which I'm sure we will. Yes.
Right.
I can't listen. Before this trade, I said they were only winning 37 games. That was it. But they made this move. It's gone up. Okay? But that's not the only move you got to make. This is not the move. So you got to make another move. And I agree with you, Freezy. You can't just move to make a move.
Right.
It's got to be smart. It's a domino effect.
Right.
And it can affect the other guys, how they're situational and how Tibbs is going to play. That's. But, Mitchell, I would make the move now. Get all these number one picks, use them. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. D'Angelo says, go get Spider right now. Cowboy Bob, what do you say?
Wow. Honestly, to say the truth, when we talked, like me, you, and IBM, K. Dre, he kind of got me sold on the Murray more than anything. So I think with this offense, if we get Murray, I think that'll be a key piece. And I think that he'll be cheaper than what the Cavs would have asked for in Mitchell. Mitchell, we probably might have to give up like 2 first-rounders, maybe even 3, and a second-rounder for him.
Which is what I don't want to do.
As opposed to a Murray who we know can do more and is healthier, because Mitchell's been having smaller injuries lately. So if we have him as a secondary ball handler as well as everything else, it fixes our problems with basically looking for another point guard. And we still got a backup point guard that hasn't played yet. So I think that Murray would be a good piece if we're going to trade draft picks.
Okay.
I personally don't want to trade draft picks. Like I've said, it's bad enough Leon Rose gives away first-round picks like candy. I mean, depending on how good or bad the second-round pick is, I don't have an issue with it. But I will not sacrifice another first-round pick just to get a quick fix.
So you.
All right. So
I mean,
just 011, thank you for the generous contribution. My bad, King Ribby. I think JB assists will jump to 8 and 9 because OG will make shots, unlike RJ. Also, we need Murray, an impactful player who doesn't need the ball.
True.
Okay.
But again, what are we willing to sacrifice? Because I am not going to sacrifice another first-round draft pick.
How are we done in the draft, though? We do a great job in the draft when we do have these picks. We haven't done it. So, strike while
No
the
good.
iron is hot. You get this guy.
Not
Mitchell.
saying
Let's go.
killing, but
Bring him
I
in.
get your point, D'Angelo. But my point is, Leon Rose has been doing everything to give these picks away and basically lie to the fan base saying we're going to build to the draft when instead he ships him out. This is like dealing with Isaiah Thomas all over again for me.
No, it's not Isaiah Thomas. Nah.
Okay, but let's just be realistic though. Let's say in the next 2 years, let's say Detroit and Washington start to play well. We will have 5 first rounds in the next 2 years. Are we going to draft 5 first round picks? And should we?
No.
Okay, so let's get rid of
Wiz, let's look at that. Let's look at each individual move, right? Think about this. There was a year when we thought the Knicks would not draft 4 players in the draft, and they legit drafted Grimes, Jokic, Deuce McBride, and Jericho Sims all in the same draft. They also brought 2 rookies into camp, and they wound up cutting the rookies, and one guy would wind up being a drafting stash in Rokas Jokic. And so what I'll say to that is the likelihood of that happening is maybe slim, but it's not like the Knicks, this front office has never done that before. They've done that thing before, right? And to your point, I think too. I wanted to, and I wasn't trying to cut you. I just wanted to catch this one point, so that we can add the conversation can add value to what it is that you're saying, because a lot of times when you guys come in and rapid fire points, all the stuff that you said before your last point always gets lost. So when you make one solid point at a time and we conversate and speak to that one point, it does the conversation more justice, right? So to the point that you just made, I think it sounds like you're co-signing what D'Angelo said. But what I want to add to that though is I think what we should do is look at the value proposition first before we say what this front office will or won't do, because we've seen it both ways. We've seen it in like what Mets was saying. We've seen them trade those draft picks for a veteran, Josh Hart, where in theory 2 first round picks were lost. The Charlotte pick and Kevin Knox and Cam Reddish and all that fumbling of whatever Josh Hart and all of that stuff that was in theory that was 2 first round picks that were wasted, right? If you count the Charlotte pick or the pick that we sent to whatever. It might the Atlanta pick. The pick we sent to Atlanta. I'm sorry, that we got from Charlotte, whatever it was. But and at the same time, you have Mets theory of trading away picks and D'Angelo's thing of trading a first round pick for your guy. What side of that are you on?
Say it again.
Trade the draft picks for a guy or keep the draft picks and draft a guy?
Trade some of the draft picks for a guy. I'm definitely on that side. I think D'Angelo is right in the sense that if you can get a Donovan Mitchell and you're not cleaning out your roster to really disrupt the team, and I try to do some backfill again on the players, even at the cost of Deuce being situational.
Hey, Deuce can't be traded, right? Because he signed.
Oh man, no, he can't be traded. Please, Donovan Mitchell, Deuce McBride, bye Deuce. Nice to see you. I'll have to unfollow him on Instagram. I invited him to the Blanche Stairs show. I told him, yo, you gotta come through, man. But yeah, no, Deuce is gone. Sorry for Donovan Mitchell. So on the side of D'Angelo, if you can get a Donovan Mitchell, strike while out is hot. Yes, there's gonna be a little disruption. There's gonna be a little chaos, but I think he has the mentality. And I think so does Brunson.
Okay.
Where these guys will go, we need a chip, and we're in New York City. And we don't have to. You don't have to average, 28-10 or even 28-5 as a point guard or shooting guard in New York City. If you win a chip, he will be Pearl Monroe. He'll be Earl of Pearl. That's what he'll do.
Let me add. I didn't want to go as I'm kind of stuck in the middle between Mets and D'Angelo. And the reason why I'm stuck in the middle is, and listen, respect to both of those gentlemen for their opinions, right? My thing is the only way I'm going all in on Spider, in my opinion, is if you are committing to winning a championship in this year or next year.
Yes.
Then I'm saying go all in on Donovan Mitchell and then go all in on backfilling the bench with quality NBA talent in order for us to take advantage of this window of Spider, OG, Randall, and Brunson.
Uncle
Right?
Freezy, can I interrupt
Go
you?
get Spider. Huh?
Can I make it a quick thing with interrupt you real fast, buddy?
Yeah.
There's one person I'm going all in. I'd rather have on this team. I'd rather have Embiid on this team with these guys.
Okay.
What do you think of that, guys?
Philly is
Trade
good, bro.
value too high, and he just recently last year's MVP. We're gonna overpay if we ever paid. We're gonna pay like a king's ransom times 3.
And they're better than us, right?
Yeah,
And they're
he's also
and they have
they're winning.
championship aspirations. I can't see a scenario. I like Joel Embiid, but I can't see a scenario where we offer them Quentin Grimes and a bunch of draft picks for Joel Embiid. Right? And no disrespect. No, listen. I like Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
But right now they have their own championship aspirations. Their fan base is having the same conversation we're having right now.
Yep.
How do we catch Boston? Right? That's the conversation Philadelphia fans are and I know because I saw this channel Eat Sleep Sixers or whatever it is on YouTube. And they were having a conversation. Their conversation is now that the Knicks have OG Anunoby, what do we do to keep the Knicks from catching us? Those are the type of conversations they're having.
Gotcha.
You're right.
Right. And so if you're the Knicks and if you're the Knicks fan base and you heard what D'Angelo said and you agree, then I may agree with you also. But my thing is if you're gonna go all the way, right? Don't take her out if you only gonna get to third base. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing, if I can interject, right now, we're going on the 4th year with this front office, right? So about the 4th year now.
Yeah.
What's the plan? Is it going to be what are we going to turn it up into a 6-year plan, a 7-year plan? Can we get there? How long?
A Frank Ntilikina plan?
Yeah, I mean, what's
Frank
the
only
plan?
needs 8 more years to develop.
Yeah, I mean, who says that their plan is going to like what they made the move with OG? What's their plan? We're going to wait another year, and then the year after, and then we're going to have another draft pick that we held on to, and we flop in the draft like we always do.
Yeah.
What's the plan? Is it going 6-7 years now? I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I mean, so that's why I'm getting to the point where I say, you got these first round picks. You have an opportunity, make a move, get Spider. As I said, let's do it because how long we got to wait? We don't know what's going on. We know how crazy this world is. Before it all goes away, I want to see them win a chip. So let's make a move. Let's not make it a 6-7 year plan with this front office because they have to be renewed too with their contracts. So they gotta make something happen. We're in the 4th year now, so.
Right. Right, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Remember, it was. I don't know if everybody in the chat remembers this, but 4 years ago, this month, we were talking about getting the guy from Golden State. Remember when we didn't know who the team president was going to be, and then there were whispers that James Dolan was looking for an agent to be the guy like other teams did, and so we didn't know which agent it was going to be. Is it going to be Rich Paul? Is it going to be Leon Rose? Is it going to be Worldwide? We didn't know at the time. 4 years ago this month, and the Knicks were struggling, right?
Yeah,
and so now that we're here 4 years later, we're still waiting on that major trade from this front office because that was the wave when we heard it was Leon Rose. We're like, oh, if we get Leon Rose, he's gonna do a major trade. Can we get Kevin Durant? It was some wild speculation. Devin Booker is on his way.
Please.
and
We're gonna have all the Hollywood stars come because CAA represents all these stars.
yep,
He's gonna bring everybody, every celebrity.
yep, yep, yep. And
We
and
got mad.
4 years later, 4 years later, we've seen names like Solomon Hill, Denzel Valentine, Vincent Poirier, Terrence Ferguson, Austin Rivers,
Oh,
all these weird names.
Derp.
Cut Alfred
Definitely
Payton
Derp.
and then beg him to come back, and all these different things. Yeah, because as a matter of fact, D'Angelo was with us in the third year, their first year. We did a show that was about 6 hours long at the
mhm.
trade deadline when we thought we were going to get Lonzo Ball,
Mm,
and
Oh,
all they wanted, all New Orleans wanted for Lonzo Ball was a first round pick, right?
mm.
And a first round pick that we messed around and traded away wound up being the pick we traded for. I think it was Cam Reddish.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
So we passed up on Lonzo Ball. You know what I'm saying, that pick, and then it wound up being Cam Reddish.
And now
And you're
Lonzo's in
and,
Los
and you're
Angeles.
telling me, and we didn't know, and nobody knew that Lonzo Ball was going to get healthy. Remember, we're talking about a healthy Lonzo Ball. Nobody saw the injury coming, so
Yeah.
we can't use revisionist history on it, right? But we're like, yo, man, Lonzo Ball. But we had no idea they had Jalen Brunson in their sights. So,
Mhm.
their plan was their plan.
Mhm.
I'm gonna read the super chat just real quick. So, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Deuce is shooting like 39% from three, and he earned his contract most likely in practice this year. The contract is telling us McBride is earning it. Okay. All right.
I agree with that statement.
That's cool.
Of course, because I'm
Yeah.
a Deuce Hive. I actually also, I don't think there's any way we're gonna give up. So actually, by the way, Stephanie, we can't trade back-to-back years, right? So right away, we either gonna give up 2024, 2025 pick of our own. If we don't protect it as well, we may give it up. If we do protect it, we're not gonna protect it all the way to like 28, right? It'll probably be like lottery protected, and which means that it's gone no matter what. Because if we get somebody, we should be in the playoffs and should be in the final, at least second round. We're not going to make top 14 pick anyway. So we're gonna. So if we give up this pick this year, now the Dallas pick, likely it'll convey. So we cannot think. But again, Dallas, if they keep playing the way they play, also in the 20s. Okay, so we're giving up two 20s. Basically, we give up two potential IQs, right? Potential IQs if we hit, if we get lucky. But more than likely, picks in the 20s are not really gonna be stars. So I don't really see the risk factor. Milwaukee, no matter what happens this year, will not implode next year unless Giannis leaves, right? And Dame leaves, which is unlikely. So again, their
Giannis
pick,
just signed, I think.
right? Exactly. That means they're not gonna go down below 20. They're not gonna be the lottery again next year when their pick conveys.
Yep.
So again, are we gonna hold on to three picks in the mid to late 20s, and then two picks that will likely not convey and will convert to second rounders to not get a Donovan
Hey,
Mitchell?
Wiz, what are you asking? Are you asking about just real quick? Are you asking should we trade our picks in a stipend rule type of way, like 24, 26, 28, 30? Or are you saying just give away all of the other team's picks for Donovan Mitchell?
I'm actually
Or
saying
are
we
you saying
do
a
both.
combination?
Combination. I mean, that all of them, because none of them are of great value if we make this move, I believe, and things work, which means it's not a huge risk in this case to give up those picks. Only thing at the risk is that we will not have a rookie again on the team. Potentially, if we give up too many of them, that convey. So, which of course is one of my pet peeves, is that I want some rookie contracts, with some high-level rookies.
Okay.
So I'm okay. I'm kind
So
of
you,
okay
so
with
you, so you want to,
making a
so
move.
you like the Hannah Montana theory. You want the best of both worlds,
Exactly. I do.
right? You want the adolescent, teenage, high school
I
girl, and
hate
you
that
also want
show.
the rock star. Okay,
That's it. Take them both.
okay, okay.
I always hated that show.
So that's
But
what I want, but what I know will happen is likely one or the other. And I'm okay
Okay.
with either option right now. But I'm leaning though towards the rock star. Give me that rock star.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Bodega Wi-Fi's in the building. Salute. Um, yeah. Is Donovan Mitchell the only option?
No.
Who else is available? Really?
DeJounte. DeJounte.
Are y'all of any of you guys remember WWF in the 80s?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nah.
Y'all remember
Not in the
WWF
80s.
in the 80s?
Yes,
And they had a
sir.
dude that used to come out and like say a dude would go to the wrestling match with his mom, and this dude used to pull out a wad of cash and walk out over to
DiBiase.
somebody's mom and say something
DiBiase.
wild like everybody has a price
Ted
for the $1
DiBiase.
million man. You know what I'm saying?
DiBiase.
Yeah, and so you like, dang, this dude just snatched up this dude's mom at the wrestling event.
Right.
So everybody has a price for the $1 million
That's it.
man.
Yes.
And so I guess what I'm getting at is there are a lot of people that are unavailable until Ted DiBiase walks up.
That's
Right?
true.
You know what I mean? And so if you take the Wiz or D'Angelo approach, bro, it doesn't matter if it's your franchise player. We got enough to pull your franchise player,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Would you, you know? And I don't want to get into this walking tall type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Well, Danny, what's the dude name from Saturday Night Fever? The dude walking down the street. You
John
can tell by
Travolta?
the way. Yeah.
John Travolta.
Yeah. I don't want to walk into other front offices like John Travolta, right? But if you got the John Travolta swag, then why not?
Absolutely.
Right?
That's D'Angelo. D'Angelo Travolta.
No time to talk.
right.
Night
Chasing the girl
night
down the block.
fever.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right? And when because for years we have not been John Travolta, right? So when the opportunity comes that you can be that guy, why not do it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I'm saying, so Wiz, I'm with you. My only thing is if you go that far, go all the way.
Absolutely.
Right. If you go, say for instance, if you make the trade for
Ain't no
Spider.
half stepping.
Yeah, half stepping. Exactly.
No half
Right.
stepping.
And
Okay.
my thing is, if you go get Spider, then I feel like you have to go get a Denny Avdija from Washington.
Mhm.
And I would also get a Daniel Gafford from Washington at the same time.
Yes. Gafford. Yes.
Right. Because I feel like you need a real center, either starting in front of Hartenstein or backing Hartenstein up. To me, it don't
Hartenstein's
matter.
nasty. He's nasty.
I like
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein, but Hartenstein basically we need a tandem at center. That's what I'm getting at. You need a tandem. Say it again, King Ribby.
What about Drummond?
What about him?
He only make $3 million a year.
Okay. What's he gonna give you?
Pretty much nothing, given how much of a glass can.
Massive rebounding that we need.
Okay.
Because Mitch is going.
Okay. Listen, my preference is okay. So I'm gonna say it like this. Say if you get DeJounte Murray, I'd also like to get Clint Capella also in the same deal to shore up the center position. Clint Capella is not the ideal fit for us, but if we're in a go all in scenario, man, go all in. Don't go 80%, and then all summer we're talking about how we should have went out and got a backup center in case Hartenstein got in foul trouble.
But not to be funny, but when Mitch come back, I thought he's gonna want to maintain his starting center role.
Yeah.
He's not gonna want to be a backup, and I doubt Clint Capella want to be a backup to Mitch.
Right. What's the point, though?
That's why I said
The point
because
is the
Drummond
point
is
you're
not
making is that the Knicks
backup.
I'm asking, the point that you're making is that the Knicks would have 3 starting centers? Because right now Hartenstein's playing like a starting center, bro.
He is,
Hartenstein is a starting center in the NBA.
I
right
like
now.
him. He's playing hard. He's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, so even if you don't go get Capella, you're gonna have the same conversation with Mitch and Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Because Hartenstein has not showed you enough to be a starting center?
So you told them, but you think Hartenstein is gonna sign with us again next year?
Of course. I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
But if he don't, then that's $8 to $10 million you can spend somewhere else.
Yep.
Now, if the front office has it in their mind what they just made this move, what's it? So I mean, I know this is incomplete because again, we all know. I mean, we're not winning the chip this year. We're not. I'm sorry, we're not with this team. Okay, that's why there's got to be. If you want to go for broke here, as we were just been discussing about the Spidey deal, then do it. Or is our main objective to just go out in the first round and we talk about the offseason again? And we go through the whole motions. Well, we got to sign this guy. We got to trade for this guy. What do we do? I'm getting very, I mean, my patience is gone. So that,
Me too.
You know that. I'm done with it, so I know you got to be smart. You just don't gut the team like a Melo trade. And you have nothing and you just have Melo back in the day when we made a move. Right. Yeah, you got to be smart. But so if we're one and done and we go out in the first round, and then this was their only move, let's just say that's it. This was the move that they made, and that's it. They feel they're confident enough that we're going to take it very deep into the playoffs. They're mistaken there because we all know that knowledgeable Knicks fan that this is not just it. This move is not just it. So what is the goal here? Are we gonna go? I mean, I listen. You can make predictions all we want. We don't know how. We got to see 5 more games, see how he's gonna mesh with the team. It could be better. It could be worse. Who knows? Especially, but what is the main objective? Are we gonna wait until we go out in the first or second round, and then what? What are we doing next year? What are we doing?
I just got to say real quick. I'm sorry, D'Angelo. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm about to cut out. But I just honestly think, knowing how we are reactional and emotional as fans, I think the Knicks, with this current trade, how they handled it with OG, not saying anything until the trade was done, is exactly what we need, because the back and forth is what's gonna make it even worse. I was upset when we gave up RJ. But after that first game, after listening to, elder fans and seeing what they were talking about, it was the right move for us, because we saw in one game how different Brunson's game is, and we can win off of that. So what I'm saying is this: the best thing we can do is hope that they do another good move like this, because thus far, this is a very impressive move for me. I always have something to say. I'm always negative or positive, but this trade, I'm like, whoa, they got an elder version of RJ that's gonna actually be productive in the playoffs if he's healthy. So I'm actually for the trade. So for me now, I don't care what they do, move in silence, keep it going. But you guys have a good day. I gotta go. Go New York, go New York, go.
You too, bro. Salute, buddy.
Hi, boss.
Listen, what he was just saying though, but we're basing this off a bad shooting night for Brunson, giving 14 assists. His last, I looked it up. His last time he had 13 assists, which was like last year. In 22, it's just look at it. But that was Brunson's going to get a shot. He's not going to be all of a sudden just handing out assists 19 a night or 8 and 17. It's not that. He just had an off shooting night. He made his other teammates, but he's smart enough to know, okay, my shot's not going. Let me pass the ball up because my shot's not going down. He couldn't see it the side of a barn the last game. So it just shots weren't going down. Everybody's going to have an off night. So, but he's going to get a shot. He needs space. That's it.
Hey, some of that stuff, D'Angelo, these dudes just weren't shooting, bro.
Yeah.
Like some of them just weren't assertive. I guess they were trying to figure out. You got new pieces.
Yeah, of course.
New it's a bunch of stuff. Because even though Jalen Brunson had an off shooting night, bro, the Knicks missed 50 shots in one game, bro. And that wasn't all Jalen Brunson.
No,
You
you're
know
right.
what I mean? And so I feel you. I feel you on that one. But here's the thing. Well, why? Okay, so D'Angelo, if we're not going to win a championship, then why make the move during the regular season? In your opinion?
Well, the front office has a pace that they're on. We have to toot to their horn. So we got to go to their pace on how they do things. Okay. We see things like, hey, why didn't they make this move? Why didn't they make that's the way I see things. Hey, there's a lot of Knicks fans like that. Some of them say, hey, let the front office do their thing. They know what they're doing. Made this move. I don't listen. If they're done making moves, this, especially with all the picks we got and stuff, and they don't want to touch them, they're holding on to, then what are we waiting for? I mean, I don't know. Like, where I listen, I don't know how far everybody in this room is thinking that how far we're going to go on. Let's just say that's it with the moves that they made, and we're going to go in with the playoffs with the team that we have constituted. How far do you think we're going in? And do they get a C, a D, or a B for making this move? Because it's all depending on what we do in the playoffs. Again, I was upset with it quickly for the last two playoff appearances. He did nothing.
He did nothing.
He can do whatever he wants, dance
disappeared, yeah.
around the court when he makes a shot and he does all that fun stuff that he does for the cameras.
Right.
I love it, but he didn't do nothing in the playoffs. So that was like that made it ease the blow a little, even when he left. Because I was looking at what he did in the playoffs. He did nothing, zero. So he's still a young guy. He's still got a lot to learn.
Right.
But what is the front of? I don't know. Where if they stop here and they do not make any moves before February, what's going to happen here? What they get a D in my book and we go out in the first round.
Yeah. Justo says, thank you for the generous contribution. Justo says, we've yet to see Randall play to his best in the playoffs, and we just got better. We got 2 stars. I think we only need that Aaron Gordon type piece.
We got that.
Yeah, I don't know where that Aaron Gordon type piece is going to play at though.
We got
if you have OG and Randall.
I think OG is an
OG.
Aaron Gordon type piece, but my quick thing is,
my bad, Wiz. I'm just we already have OG and Randall. If we go get an Aaron Gordon, where's he gonna play at?
I know.
No, I said Randall. I mean, OG could be like the Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
Actually, so looking at our assets right now, I was trying to see when the Detroit and Washington, Washington picks when do they convey into second or convert into second rounders? I think is it next year? I think it's next year.
No, they have protections on them. They basically take a step back or a step forward two positions every year. So if last year it was top 14 protected, this year be top 12 protected.
Right. So I'm just saying that next year I think they go to second round picks. Is it next year or 26? I think it's next year though.
26, I think.
Huh?
I think it's 26.
Okay, so we have one more year of those two teams trying to make top 12. I'm sorry, not being the lottery. I'm sorry, not being the lottery. Which I don't see Washington or Detroit. Unfortunately, Detroit's got talent, but I don't see them not being a lottery again next year, which means that more than likely they're second round picks. So I'm just saying, looking at that and looking at 4 years contract, that again another wasted $18 million being thrown away. Even though again it's not much money to stolen. But it's an asset. It is an asset. That expired contract.
$18 million is a lot of money to
everybody. Detroit's been screwing themselves over year after year.
Bro, yeah, and I'll use D'Angelo for an example here, bro. People that are in sales with like a customer, boss. People that are in sales or customer facing services that have a lot of a penny is a lot of money, bro.
Yep. Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Anybody that deals with the public, man, every dime, bro. My boss pushed me to the side because there was a dime on the floor, bro. And my boss was like 145 pounds, bro. And I'm 350. And he shoved me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
He boxed you out, Freezy.
yes, he boxed me out over that dime, and he wouldn't give it to anybody. He put it in his pocket, and he a millionaire.
Yo.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
man.
I'm saying is that
My
48.
boss used to reuse paper towels. Like he'll take
Oh,
a paper towel off the
jeez.
thing, dry his hands, and open it
Oh,
up and put it on the counter and let it dry and come back and reuse it.
Oh, nah.
I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. He did that.
oh no.
That's nasty.
Yeah, come on, bro. You know I ain't gonna. Danny,
Oh man.
have I ever lied to your face, shot you the gas?
No.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is so
That's
Wiz.
nasty.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So I stand corrected. Does he reuse tea bags after your first time? Like
Yes,
in
Oh.
yes, yes.
oh yeah.
Yep.
Tea,
Reuse tea
tea,
bags. Also
tea.
save it, and then the second time he'll ball the hell out of that tea bag. The second time.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't, okay, I guess that corrected. So 48 and two of those picks that I may not convey is a piece. I don't know whatever piece it is, but it's a piece. So I'm saying,
What do you
maybe even the Dallas pick or our pick. So we have two hypothetical picks, and then one of two, which means we will make a draft this year in the first round. We will draft someone by keeping either our pick or Dallas's pick. We will draft someone this year, but next year, before those picks eventually convert to second rounders, we will probably get Bill Walker and we'll have ours as well. So it's not like in the next 2 years we don't have three guaranteed picks in the first round to build our rookie contracts up with our own picks. Although
Yeah.
again in the 20s, so gotta get lucky to hit it on the IQ like.
Okay.
So I'm saying let's at least make that move, which is in a certain sense not an Aaron Gordon like move, but a player that will come in there and fill that hole. And the
What hole?
challenge is which
What
hole
hole?
do we fix?
What specific hole are you talking about?
Well, I personally think the hole next to JB as a ball handling, support to help him, relieve himself of the duties. And I'm thinking DeJounte Murray. A little defensive skills, little, some, height, wingspan, foot speed, athleticism. I'd love another OG like player right next to Brunson, who will shoot when needed, but will be cool with not getting demanding the ball, and we let Brunson and Randall, if they choose to. Well, let Randall we know will choose to, but let Brunson, if he chooses to dominate and be the ball dominant, and I don't want to go ISO or feels let him do it. But if he needs someone to make sure that he doesn't get picked on and get blasted with all these charges and trying to defend, and not a tall guard, he can do it. So DeJounte Murray is actually my pick that I think can be gotten for those three picks I just mentioned.
How tall
And
is Murray?
48.
6'5".
6'5"?
Yeah.
Yep, but also quick hands. I mean, disruptive. I mean, between him and OG, we're gonna look like Ocean 11. We'll be stealing stuff out of people's noses all day long.
Okay.
Oh man.
Can I offer an alternative?
Yep.
Just for the sake of conversation, right? Can I offer you a Tyler Hero and Kevin Love?
Ooh.
And I know what you guys are gonna say. Oh, the Knicks will never trade with Miami. Really? In this calendar year, they traded with the Indiana Pacers, who we also hate, and the Toronto Raptors, who we also hate.
Yeah. Anything's possible, like KG said.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
And you know what you get? You know what you get from Miami in a Tyler Hero and a Kevin Love? You get a big man off the bench that has 6 fouls, excellent rebounder, excellent. One of the most underrated skills from a big man is a big man that grabs a rebound and can outlet the ball down the floor.
That's a fact.
You
Kevin
know what I'm
Love,
saying?
yeah,
That's
true,
one of the underrated skills. See, we hadn't had a guy like I don't think we've ever had a guy like that, right?
No.
So if we get one, it will be an amazing sight to behold for us, right? And you
That's
know
a
what
good deal,
happens?
Freezy.
And you know what happens too, Wiz, in this scenario?
Mhm.
When you have Kevin Love on the floor with Julius Randle, your paint is not clogged up.
Stretched.
And a big has to go respect Kevin Love's 3-point shooting.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
And then, but you know what the beef to that is? Tyler Hero is a point is a two guard a point guard masquerading as a two.
Because he
He's
shoots the
a high
threes.
volume playmaker. Yeah, he's a high volume playmaker masquerading as a two. AC is in the building. What's good, AC? Kev Middleton is in the building. And so what that does in a scenario, and listen, you can't have the best of both worlds, right? So you'll have to give up Donovan Mitchell, right? And I know you guys are saying, well, we never had Donovan Mitchell. No, when you do this trade, you have to. It'll have to be a 3-team trade where Miami gets something to replace Hero, right? Right. Miami has to get them a Donovan Mitchell type player, right? And then all the draft picks that the Knicks have will go to Miami and to Cleveland to help ease the skids of them losing Tyler Hero and Donovan Mitchell, right? And listen. Oh, there's a point. There's a point. Um, um, where is it? Where is it? Somebody said something. I did it as a trap, and somebody said it. So I'm looking for it in the chat. Somebody said Tyler Hero plays no D. Who said Tyler Hero plays no D? Somebody said Tyler Hero plays no D. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Somebody said Tyler Hero plays no D. Where is it? I think I found it. There it is. Hit me up says Tyler Hero plays no D. Really? Really?
Who was he looking at?
And here's my rebut to that. Tyler Hero plays no D, right? But that no defensive playing Tyler Hero plays on a team that was getting to the NBA Finals, right? They excel. That team is good with Tyler Hero, right? And here's the thing. Tyler Hero, since he's been in Miami, has been playing with limited talent. You hadn't even seen the best of Tyler Hero. Imagine what Tyler Hero looks like when he plays with talent at every position.
Wow. I agree.
Right? Tyler Hero's played with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Outside of that, you're talking about Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Kendrick Nunn, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, a bunch of no names. He comes here, and you can't double team Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Or Tyler Hero comes here, and you can't double team Julius Randle. Or Tyler Hero comes here, and you can't double team. You can't trap Brunson, or unless you want to give up the backside corner 3 to Tyler Hero. I mean, I hate to sound super cliche, but pick your poison.
It's true.
Hit me up. Thank you for that too. That was I was waiting. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Thank you. Hit me up for that. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, Freezy, I was reading about Mitchell yesterday. They said the Knicks are saying they're not going as hard anymore for him. I think that's a smokescreen. I think that's baloney.
Yeah,
I think there's something brewing. I think. To be honest.
True.
Yeah, I think they said that to the media just so that because think about it. if the Knicks said they're not going to go as hard in on Donovan Mitchell, right? That means they had been going hard for Donovan Mitchell before,
Yeah.
right? Right? Yeah. That I mean, so which one are we going to get? So and I was just saying the Tyler Hero thing just to add a different flavor to the conversation. I really like the thought of Kevin Love,
Yeah, I do.
OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson all being on the floor at the same time. I really like the thought of that.
Wow.
Right. And if you add in a 3-point shooter like Tyler Hero, you
Wow.
can't double team. You remember how you guys were saying Randall holds the ball too long, man. The double team. When you add Tyler Hero, you eliminate the double team. And if some weird twist of fate, if you have a lineup of Brunson, Hero, OG, Randall, and Kevin Love on the floor at the same time, who are you going to double team?
Nobody.
Nobody, bro.
Yeah.
King Ribby, you feel me? You see where I'm going with it? What I'm saying is I know you guys don't have to agree with me, and I'm sure you don't. But what I'm saying is if you're gonna go all the way in.
I always like Tyler Hero's game. Actually, before I go too far past it though, Danny Landis, I want to challenge Danny on the Deuce signing. I do think it was a little publicity stuntish, a little distraction, try to keep us from going crazy that we lost the IQ and all the RJ Hive going nuts. To say, oh yeah, look what we just did. We signed somebody to try to keep the volume down on the trade. But at the same time, I think they also took care of a kid who's been there diligently waiting this turn and has the skill set that they're seeing in practice that apparently is enough for them to be confident that they can temporarily get rid of IQ. But at the same time, I think they said the next move. And the next move was, I think, again, although I think Donovan is their dream pick, I think this deal, this sit down with Rich Paul is laying the groundwork for. Is it January 5th or 15th? When is DeJounte available to be traded?
The 15th, right?
I think so. So basically, they laid the groundwork where that deal is almost a done deal if they want it, unless they can actually shake loose Donovan by the distraction again of saying we're not going to go all in for him as hard as we're not going to go as hard as we did before. So I think they laid the groundwork for making this next move, and securing Deuce is just kind of a little publicity stuntish, a little distraction, but also a little reward of a player that they have told you'll wait your turn, it's going to be okay. And now they appease him a little bit because again the contract's not big. It's $4 million a year basically.
That's not bad.
And yeah, I mean, and they just like saying, you know what?
That's a lot of money to me. I never made $4 million a year. Yeah, all this money is big to me, brother.
I know.
But yeah, so Wiz, so he's here to stay, right? But
Deuce,
yeah, he's
well,
here
for
to
this
stay.
year, for this year,
yeah, for the short term, yeah,
for the short term. So I say let's go for Tyler would be okay. Tyler and Love is the combo from Miami you'd want.
I like that, Freezy.
Yeah, it's just a thought. It's a thought, right?
It's a good thought. I like that.
Yeah. It's just a thought to broaden the conversation. And so instead of us saying the same names over in every conversation, every conversation is DeJounte Murray twisted 11 different ways. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still thinking Kuzma, baby, by the way. I'm still thinking Kuzma is available.
Right. Kuzma at the 2, right?
Kuzma at the 2. I'm telling you, I would do it.
He's on Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They should make a move for him and Gafford, right?
I don't know.
Oh man, give them back their their pick. Say, hey, take it back. It's now yours again. Don't worry about. You can trade it for the future for 20. Because like I said, future, last summer you were talking about if you give them back their pick, because right now they can't trade that pick for 2025.
No, because it's got protections on it.
Right, so they can't trade it. It's locked up for next year. You know,
but you would have had a
trade
conversation about the Dallas pick. But it does present the same thing for the Washington pick also.
Exactly. So they can't even trade for this year either because they don't know if they're going to go on a 40-game winning streak and make, so that means right now they can't make a move with that pick. So we can say, here it is back, and then here's something else. Here's Dallas. I mean, you guys need to rebuild anyway. There's a Dallas pick that's going to, convey. And maybe might as well, if they want to, let's go get those two guys from Washington. And right away, talk about a small team. Within 1 week, we can convert to one of the taller teams
in the league. Yeah.
2, 3,
How tall is
4.
Kuzma, Freezy?
6'10", 6'9", 6'10", something like
that. He's that tall? That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right away, we have three, trees right there, 2, 3, and 4, ready to protect Brunson. And basically, oh man, I just wish Kuzma's 3 was a little bit more, consistent and accurate. But then again, with Brunson and with spacing like we're gonna have, he will have open 3s rather than right now being focused on, with Jordan Poole not really doing anything. I can't believe Poole fell off like that. But with Poole basically not really going off like he was in Golden State, you realize how much having talent around you is a factor because Poole looks a little weak right now.
Yeah.
And so I think Kuzma next to Brunson and Randall, OG, I think he'll see open shots he never imagined he'd see before. Which means that any of those guys, DeJounte, Donovan, Poole, Kuzma, or my boy there.
Love?
No. Hero. All 4 will see shots they haven't seen in years consistently, which means all of them will be just comfortably relaxed in their flow.
Okay.
And they've all got really great shots. So, yeah, I think we can make almost any of those 4 moves, and we'll be another step closer, which is all I want. Keep making them taking another step closer towards saying
forwards.
We can beat anybody. Anybody in the league is just all I want to hear.
Okay.
I don't want to hear we hope and we wish. I want to hear we can. Just a matter of. In fact, if that team gets, no matter which of those guys come on the team, if they all play their game, I don't know who can walk into the garden and think they're going to walk in there and walk away with a victory.
Okay.
All right. I don't get above their heads. I mean, just play their game. Not above their heads, play their game. Okay. In the playoffs, Brunson's going to play above his game.
Would you consider? Can I add another thing to just to add another element of Wiz? I was going to ask you what size shoe you wear. I don't want to get that personal. I'm just going to assume that you wear a size 8 in the men's shoe, right? But I'm going to put a size 9 rock in your size 8 shoe, right? Right. Would you guys consider Terry Rozier and JT Thor?
Ooh.
JT Thor is a 6'9" athletic wing defender that you can bring off the bench to sub for OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
And Terry Rozier is a small guard.
He's good,
right? That can score the basketball. He's a streaky scorer, right? But the thing about Terry Rozier is he's battle tested. Remember, he used to play for Boston.
Yep.
So if you get a Jalen Brunson injury, say for 2 or 3 games, right, then all is not lost.
Yeah,
true. Oh man, trying to look at the fit. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, both of them sound. Yeah, I'd love to have an OG backup like that.
What would it take to get him, Freezy? You think?
I think both would be cheap. JT Thor. Now, mind you, when you get JT Thor, you got to relax, right? When you get JT Thor, you're getting him for all athleticism, energy, and defense. That's it. He's super raw, raw, right? He's super raw, right? Right. Don't think you're getting a shot creator, anything like that. That's not what you're getting. You're getting an energy wing off the bench. That's all you're getting, right? But what that does, though, is you get a situational player, right? That gives you the element of throwing length on the floor. Because the dude, while he's raw, everybody knew he was raw coming out of Auburn, right? We know that. We knew he was raw. That dude was more raw than Mitchell Robinson was coming out of high school, right? But what you're getting is a very good athlete that is a conduit, right? That helps others. Now, and the thing is, you're getting him to guard 2s, 3s, 4s, and maybe some 5s, maybe small 5s, but you don't want that, right? But what you're doing is getting another athlete. You're gonna stack him by, instead of having Josh Hart, okay, Minnesota ran a play the other day 3 times that I saw it. They rubbed OG Anunoby off onto a guard, and Josh Hart was guarding Rudy Gobert at the rim.
Oh God.
And listen, I'm all for the little engine that could. I get it. I read nursery rhymes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right? I watch Disney movies, but under no circumstances do I feel comfortable with Josh Hart guarding Rudy Gobert anywhere around the rim.
No, never.
Right?
Nope. Oh man, so yeah, Rozier. Jeez.
And ultimately, what we're doing is basically replacing Jericho Sims.
But isn't Thorne like that guy Precious, the same kind of like athletic person like that?
No. Precious is a athletic 4 that guards 3s, 4s, and 5s.
Oh, he's
JT
smaller.
Thor is an athletic 3 that guards 2s, 3s, and 4s.
I got you.
Yeah, just think a smaller version of, or a lighter version of Precious Achiuwa.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Because in theory, Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims are the same player, man.
Yeah,
they're the same player. Neither one of them can do anything around the rim. All you're getting is a hyper 6'9" athlete with a bodybuilder's body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tough guy. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Achiuwa and to me, Achiuwa and Sims are both. Neither one can give you minutes at center, even though they try really hard.
Oh God.
Right. I mean, that's basically what it is. And so instead of playing, think about this. Imagine a lineup with Jericho Sims and Precious Achiuwa in it. They might kick the basketball out in the parking lot, bro. There's no telling. It might turn into, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those dudes, though, they don't. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk though about Towns though, Freezy. You heard about that? They're still talking about Towns here and there.
I can't see Minnesota doing the trade when they're in first place.
Right.
But it's the same. It's the same as the Joel Embiid. I think that's speculation, Danny. To be honest,
I'd rather have Randall than Towns. To be honest, you saw how Randall was cooking Towns that game.
Yeah. To
be honest, I'd rather have Randall. I think Randall's more offensive than Towns. Towns looks a little slower.
You notice Knicks fans complain about Randall all the time. until they see Randall go up against all-star power forwards.
Yep.
Right? Think about this. What you saw him do to Karl Anthony Towns is the same thing he did to Giannis.
Yeah, he was cooking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm one of those like basically media in medium. I don't know, but I'm not a huge Randall fan, but I'm a huge admirer of Randall's game. So and then Monday's game put me back in the place of, can I see the Knicks winning the ship with Randall? Monday says yes.
I don't think
absolutely.
So. I don't think.
I mean, the challenge, of course, he does need to clear up his turnovers, and I wouldn't mind a couple more assists that game.
Wiz, who averages more turnovers a game, Giannis or Randall?
Ooh,
that's a trick question. That's a trick question. I already know the answer to it already.
Probably Giannis, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. What are we talking
about?
Power forwards that handle the ball are gonna turn it over, bro. You gotta live some stuff. You gotta. Okay. Oh, if you say Randall got to clean up turnovers, then I'm gonna say Jalen Brunson needs to grow 5 inches. Stuff we gotta live with, bro. We gotta live with some of this stuff, man.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm good with that.
Right. Who averaged more turnovers a game, Julius Randle or Chris Webber?
Wow. Webb calls timeouts when you have no timeouts.
It goes back and forth. They're in the same range. It goes back and forth.
Timeouts to turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Wiz.
Tios.
Yeah.
But
and so with some of that stuff, you gotta live with it, man. No player is perfect, man.
Exactly.
I wish Deuce McBride. Okay, if Randall's can clean up turnovers, Deuce McBride needs to go 7 inches.
Yo! Step off my Deuce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him later.
It's one of those things, man. Where it's like some stuff you got to live with, man.
Right.
Hey, Freezy, you think Deuce could be involved in the trade? They signed him for that money to match up salaries?
No. If they didn't want Deuce, if they were going to trade him, they wouldn't have done the extension.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Them signing Deuce lets everybody know that Deuce is here to stay.
All right. He's a good soldier anyway. He hasn't complained about nothing, that guy.
No.
Yeah, him or Sims. Sims. I expect them to bring Sims back too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you like Hachimura? Since Lakers
No.
gonna have to make some move?
Nope.
You don't like him? Okay.
Nope. Because I think Hachimura is a borderline starter. If you're asking me, do I like him as a player? Yes. Do I like him as a Knicks player? No.
Okay.
No. Nah, that's a
right. And it's not that I dislike him. You just traded for OG, and now you're bringing in the borderline starter at the 3.
I'm gonna back him up. I'm gonna back him back up 3-4.
What are you gonna do? You gonna bring OG off the bench?
No, Hachimura off the bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freezy, you know what my friend told me that he thinks OG reminds of a younger Kyrie Leonard.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But not all the way though. Not all the way. Kawhi. I think he's probably
close.
A vending machine version of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is. Yeah, I mean, I'm tough. I like to see him. I want to see today's game. I wish Zach was playing so I could actually see.
He may. We don't know if he won't. But
that's true.
They just activated him a few days ago, so he may not. Who knows? It's Chicago, bro. Who knows?
Right. So the Zach is out, right?
We don't know.
Knicks.
Oh, talking about to the Knicks?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. I don't see that happening, to be honest.
Yeah. That better not be their move, bro.
How about DeRozan?
That might not be their move, bro. You better not have told me you waited 2 years to trade for doggone DeMar DeRozan, bro. I'll kick over some tables, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's
gonna tell me. Yeah. Danny, you know how like somebody promised you something? They're like, Danny, I went and got you a gift, bro. Wait right here. And then it take them like 4 hours, and then they come back. And it's a 6-inch Subway sandwich. And you like, yo, you made me wait 4 hours
for 6 inch, not a 12-inch,
for a 6-inch Subway sandwich, and you didn't even ask me which one I wanted. You just went and got it yourself.
And a
Probably
6-inch
tuna,
one.
probably tuna
Imagine that.
sandwich too. You see that
Yeah,
tuna sandwich or ham sandwich?
a tuna. Yeah, the
The
cheapest
tuna,
one.
the tuna with the fake
Jeez.
tuna.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah,
I hope it's a
yeah.
ham sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, so in terms of Wiz, so to your point about Zach LaVine, I just can't see that being their finisher. I think your point about Donovan Mitchell is their finisher, right?
Yeah.
And I just threw Tyler Hero into the conversation, Terry Rozier in the conversation, right? Maybe even Anthony Simons in the conversation.
No, don't mention
Simons, I forgot
Anthony.
about that guy. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
just so that we won't talk about the same person 12
Anthony.
ways to Sunday.
Oh,
I mean, we out here
man.
talking. We out here talking about DeJounte Murray to the point that it's making me blush. Cancel like, look at the way he wear his shorts. He's perfect for New York. Ew, relax. Y'all taking this thing too far with DeJounte Murray, man.
Freezy, I like that trade though you proposed. I like Kevin Love a lot. I remember one time he killed us with 30-something rebounds in the game. Remember that?
Yep.
Against Stoudemire, he destroyed us.
Yep. Outlet passing too.
Yeah.
Knocking down threes. Yep. And Kevin Love is injury prone also. But the thing is, I want NBA fans to recognize this. In any contact sport, you're going to have injuries,
of course.
And if you haven't if you haven't been to an NBA game recently, you cannot appreciate the physicality that goes on during an NBA game. Like what I would suggest is catch about 5 games a year, right? And I know games in the city are expensive, right? But see if you can go to a Brooklyn game where they're giving tickets away, right? Go to a Brooklyn game, maybe go to a Boston game somewhere.
Breezy, when I went to that Milwaukee game, when I took Lucas to the game.
Yeah.
I was in section 2, row 19, seat 1 and 2. The tickets were $5.40 each. But I said I'm going to spend that money because I want my son to be up close. I don't want to sit up in the top. It's a waste of time. I'd rather stay home and watch it on TV if you're going to be on the top.
Yeah. And the Knicks don't do halftime. The kids don't do kid-friendly entertainment like Orlando.
Really?
Yeah. Like when you go to, and I don't think the Lakers do it either. The Lakers and the Celtics, the Knicks, the old school franchises, they don't do the family-friendly entertainment. And Danny, what I'm getting at is we were in Orlando, and the Knicks went on a run, and in the Orlando arena, they cut off, they shut down all the lights possible. That got dark in there, and then they did the Stone Cold Steve Austin glass breaking thing, right? And their mascot walked out the back, and they had him on the jumbotron as if he was Steve Austin. And they were playing like the Steven, and so they do all the type kid-friendly stuff. So if they do that in Madison Square Garden now, I hadn't seen it, but yeah. Anyways, hey y'all, I gotta get out of here, everybody. So I can start doing. So I gotta make the donuts. Right, the missus is looking at me like, "Yo, why don't you? You got a job, right? Yeah, I got a job. Jeez, calm down. You don't ask me that on Friday mornings." When the direct deposit hit, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, hey, thank y'all everybody for rocking with us. I'm gonna see if we can do the game tonight. If we can, I'll definitely be here. If not, then y'all know my heart is in it. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all everybody for watching. Hey, Wiz, you did a great job, man. I got to slow you down on some of the topics, though, bro. You got to give us a chance to catch up, bro.
Okay, boss. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
man. And Wiz be out here pepper spray, just that must be the reggaeton stuff or something. I don't know.
It's LA, baby, LA.
The energy is lit. But thank y'all, man.
Thank you.